Boost your English.
From English Podcast with John.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Podcast with John. Thanks for joining us today. In this episode, we're talking about how small daily changes can improve your life step by step. We're here to make your English practice simple, relaxed, and enjoyable. Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks. Really excited for this one. How about you? How's your day going?
It's going really well, and I am so ready to get into this topic. I think the idea of making these small changes is it's so powerful.
It really is. It's one of those things that sounds too simple to work, but it really does.
Absolutely. And before we really jump in, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone listening. If you enjoy our conversation today, please think about hitting that subscribe button or maybe liking and sharing it.
Yeah, that support really helps us reach more people who are looking for ways to practice their English in a, relaxed way. It means a lot.
It really does. Thank you so much to everyone for supporting us. Okay, so let's get into it. This whole idea of improving your life with small changes. I think a lot of people, when they want to change something, they try to do something huge, something dramatic.
Oh, absolutely. Go big or go home mindset.
Exactly. And it almost never works, does it? People try these massive life changes and then, they fail. I've definitely done that. I get so overwhelmed that I feel defeated before I even start.
That is the number one trap. The
Yeah.
research is super clear on this. The bigger the goal, the more motivation you need on day one. And motivation, well, it's just not reliable. It disappears. The real magic word isn't motivation, it's consistency.
Right.
A tiny change that you do every single day, that's what builds real momentum. I remember trying to get into reading more. I told myself, okay, I'm going to read for 1 hour every single night.
A classic goal. I've tried that one too.
Yeah. And the first night was fine. The second night I was tired. By the third night, the thought of finding a whole hour just felt impossible. And I quit. But then I tried something different. I said, I'll just read one page. One single page.
And did that stick?
It felt like cheating because it was so easy.
Yeah.
But yes, it stuck. I haven't missed a day in years. And that one page often turns into 10 pages or a whole chapter. But the commitment is just one page. That's the key.
That's so interesting. Do you think we overcomplicate things when we're planning for a goal? Like we think the plan has to be as big as the goal itself.
I think we absolutely do. We get excited about the outcome, not the process. We want the result now, so we make a plan that reflects that urgency, but it's not sustainable.
And was there a time for you when one of those ridiculously small changes actually became something surprisingly big in your life?
Definitely. It was the reading, for sure. That one-page habit has led to me reading dozens of books I never would have finished otherwise. It fundamentally changed how I learned. You look back after a year and think, wow, all of that came from just one page a day.
What a feeling that must be when you realize you've been consistent for, say, a month or two. Is it just pride, or is there something else there?
It's deeper than pride. It's a sense of trust in yourself. You start to believe that when you say you're going to do something, you'll actually do it. And that confidence starts to bleed into other areas of your life. It's really powerful.
I love that. It's like you're building self-trust. And it makes so much sense, that emotional relief you get from a low-effort commitment. When something only takes 2 minutes, your brain just can't really argue against it.
Exactly. The mental energy it would take to procrastinate is actually more than the energy it takes to just do the thing. So you just do it.
I have an example of that. It's about putting away just one dish immediately after eating, instead of letting them pile up and then having to clean the whole kitchen later.
The classic kitchen battle.
And when I just put that one plate in the dishwasher, it takes, 10 seconds? The feeling of satisfaction from that tiny little accomplishment is weirdly huge. It makes it easier to put the next thing away.
That's the dopamine hit right there. Your brain is giving you a little reward saying, hey, that was good, do that again.
So what's the smallest change you can think of that you've made that's still made a real difference in your day?
The smallest. I think it has to be drinking a full glass of water right when I wake up. Before coffee, before anything.
Oh, I've heard that's a good one.
It's so simple, but it's often overlooked. You wake up dehydrated, and that contributes to feeling groggy. That one glass of water, it sets a positive tone. You've already done one healthy thing for yourself before the day has even really started. It wakes you up.
I can see how that would create a positive snowball effect for the rest of the day. You start with the small win.
You do.
Yeah.
And it's not about forcing yourself to drink 8 glasses a day from the start. It's just about that first glass. That's the habit.
That brings me to my small change, which is more about organization and stress. I spend exactly 60 seconds tidying my desk right before I go to bed.
Just 1 minute.
Just 1 minute. And the difference it makes in the morning is it's night and day. Waking up to a clean, organized space just feels calm and ready. But waking up to a messy desk, my brain immediately sees a dozen little tasks and feels stressed out.
That visual clutter becomes mental clutter.
It totally does. And that feeling of calm versus that feeling of immediate anxiety, it changes the whole start to my day, all from 60 seconds of effort the night before.
Have you ever tried a small organizational change like that and had it not stick?
Oh, for sure. I tried the lay out your clothes the night before thing. For some reason, that one never worked for me. I think because it felt like too many decisions. But the 60-second tidy works because it's just putting things back where they belong. It's mindless.
That makes sense. And if you miss a day with the desk tidy, how do you handle that? Do you feel like you failed and just give up?
No, and that's the most important part. If I miss a day, I don't beat myself up. The rule is just never miss twice. The next night, I make sure I do it, even if it's only for 30 seconds. The goal is just to keep the chain going, not to be perfect.
That's the key to sustainability right there. It's about getting back on track immediately.
What's the biggest time saver that's come from a tiny organizational change for you? Something that felt small but saved you a lot of hassle later.
This is going to sound silly.
The silly ones are the best ones.
It's leaving my apartment key in the exact same bowl by the door every single time I walk in.
Oh, that's a good one.
Before I did that, I swear I spent 5 minutes every morning in a panic searching for my keys. It was a guaranteed spike of stress to start the day. Now that stress is just gone. That 3-second habit saved me 5 minutes of panic every single day.
That's a huge return on investment. I have a similar one with making the bed.
Really? I always wondered about that one. Does it actually make a difference?
I used to think it was pointless, but now I do it every morning, even if I'm running late. It's the first task of the day that I completed. It's a small win, and it makes my room look orderly and calm. It's like a signal to my brain that I've got things under control, even if I don't.
It's about setting a tone of accomplishment. I get that. Is there a point where a habit like that becomes so automatic you don't even think about it anymore?
Oh, absolutely. I don't decide to make the bed. It just happens as part of my morning routine now. If I don't do it, it feels weird, like I've forgotten something important.
That's the sign of a true habit. When not doing it feels harder than doing it.
Exactly. So what do you think is the key to choosing the right small change to start with? Should it be something with a big impact or something that's just super easy?
Definitely something that's super easy. The goal for the first couple of weeks isn't impact, it's consistency. You have to prove to yourself that you can show up every day. So pick something that you can do even on your worst, most tired, most stressful day. Something that requires zero motivation.
That is perfect advice. Okay, let's connect all of this back to what a lot of our listeners are here for, English practice.
Yes. This applies so perfectly to language learning.
It really does. So many listeners feel this pressure to study for like hours at a time. They wait for that perfect time on a weekend, but life gets in the way and it never happens.
And then they feel guilty, and that guilt makes it even harder to start next time. It's that same trap of aiming too high.
So what's the small change? I'd say it's listening to just one short English conversation every day. Something like this show. For maybe just 10 minutes. Not an hour. Not even 30 minutes. Just 10.
10 minutes is perfect. It's so much more effective than one long session once a week. Language skills are all about constant exposure and repetition. You need to keep those connections in your brain active.
So a little bit every day is better than a lot sometimes.
Far better. It's like watering a plant. A little water every day keeps it healthy. Drowning it in water once a week doesn't work as well. Daily listening helps your ear get used to the sounds, the rhythm, the flow of natural English.
I've noticed that myself. After a few weeks of short, consistent listening, you start to pick up on phrases or words you didn't even realize you were learning.
Right. Your brain is making the connections in the background. I remember when I was learning another language, I just listened to a 5-minute news clip every day. For weeks, I felt like I was getting nothing. And one day, I just understood the main point. It was like a switch flipped. It was the consistency that did it, not any single session.
That's so encouraging. So, what if a listener really only has 5 minutes? Is that still enough time to be useful?
5 minutes is a huge win. Remember, the first goal is showing up. Doing 5 minutes every day is infinitely better than doing zero. You're maintaining the identity of someone who practices English daily. That's what matters most at the start.
That's a great way to think about it. And what about listening to the same short thing on multiple times? Do you think that helps?
Oh, that's a fantastic technique. The first time you listen, you're just getting the general idea. The second time, you can focus on specific words or sounds. By the third time, you start to internalize the rhythm and intonation. It's a very powerful way to use a short piece of audio.
Okay, so besides our podcast, what's another really small English activity someone could add to their routine?
Something super small. Maybe just watching a movie trailer in English. They're short, they're visual, so you have context, and it's entertaining. It doesn't feel like studying.
I love that idea. Okay, so how do we make this small habit automatic? We have to connect it to something we already do every day.
Yes, this is habit stacking. It's the best way to remove the need for willpower. The formula is simple. After I do my current habit, I will do my new small habit.
Right, so you could link it to something like making your morning coffee. While you're waiting for it to brew, that's your time.
Exactly. The waiting time is perfect. So it becomes, after I press the button on the coffee machine, I will listen to my English audio for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You're not trying to find new time. You're using time that was already there.
Or while you're brushing your teeth or on the first 5 minutes of your commute, you link the new habit to an old one, and eventually it just becomes part of that routine.
And that's how you build confidence. Not by becoming fluent overnight, but by proving to yourself day after day that you are a person who shows up for your goals. That consistency is its own reward.
So if a listener feels like they aren't understanding everything in those 10 minutes, should they stop and look everything up or just keep going?
Keep going. Absolutely, just keep going. The goal is exposure and comfort with the language, not perfect understanding of every word. If you stop all the time, it becomes a chore. Embrace the ambiguity. Trust that your brain will figure it out over time. Just keep the chain alive.
That's such important advice. Don't let perfection be the enemy of consistency. So what do you think is the single biggest mistake people make when they try to start a small English habit?
They make it conditional. They say, I'll listen for 10 minutes if I have time or if I'm not too tired. That's a recipe for failure. The habit has to be non-negotiable, small enough that you can do it no matter how you feel.
Make it unconditional. I love that. Wow, that was a really fantastic way to break it all down.
It really is about making it so easy you can't say no.
I do have one super quick tip for anyone starting today, and it's about the environment.
Please share it.
For the first week, write your new habit on a sticky note, like listen for 10 minutes, and put that sticky note right on the thing that triggers the habit. So put it on your coffee machine or on your bathroom mirror. It's a physical reminder, so you don't have to rely on memory.
That's a great tip. A visual prompt is so powerful at the beginning. My quick tip is just to celebrate the win. When you do your tiny habit, take 2 seconds to literally say to yourself, good job, or I did it.
Acknowledge the effort.
Exactly. That little bit of self-praise reinforces the habit and makes you want to do it again tomorrow. You're training your brain to enjoy consistency.
I love that. Celebrate the victory of showing up.
Well, this has been a great conversation. I hope it gives everyone listening some real practical ideas for starting something small today.
Me too. So a question for all of you listening. What small change are you going to start today? It could be for your life in general or for your English practice. We would love to hear about it in the comments.
Yes, please share. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining our conversation today. We really appreciate you spending your time with us.
And we really encourage you to start that daily English listening practice. Remember, it's the small steps done every day that lead to the big results. You just have to be consistent.
We'll be back soon with more conversations and more interesting topics to explore.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this if you found it useful. It really helps our community grow.
Thanks again, everyone. Have a great day filled with lots of small, easy wins.
Goodbye, everyone.
And goodbye to you.
See you soon.